Hello, ladies and gents, boys and girls, people of all ages, sexualities, and identities, and welcome back to another Doctor Who review. And today's Doctor Who review is none other than Revenge of the Cybermen. The Doctor, Sarah, and Harry Sullivan have returned back to the Ark to find themselves in even more danger than they were before. After meeting the Wirren, battling the Centaurans, seeing the genesis of the Daleks, they have finally found themselves in the pit of something so dangerous that it may even make your hairs stand up on the back of your neck. The Ark is being attacked by the Cybermen, and the Doctor and his friends find themselves discovering the reason why the Cybermen are so opposed to the planet below. The Cybermen for generations have had a weakness to gold, and the planet below makes so much of the stuff that it makes the Cybermen impossible to go down. So the Cybermen lynch onto the Ark in hopes of using a bomb to send hurtling down to the planet below to destroy it. But the Doctor and the crew of the Ark, along with a bunch of other people, have other ideas. They intend to stop the Cybermen and destroy their plan of conquest on the planet below. But how will they do this? Well, the Cybermen don't only have a weakness to gold, but they also have a weakness to glitter guns. Glitter gets into their circuits and causes them to go all funny. However, in the Doctor's faint attempt at trying to stop the Cybermen, he almost ends up giving them the Ark. Meanwhile, down below on the planet below, they begin to come up with a plan to fight back against the Cybermen. They must destroy them at all hope's cost, just so that their planet will not be destroyed if the Ark goes plundering down below into oblivion. The Doctor and his friends eventually manage to beat the Cybermen, along with a lot of Cybermats who have been going around infecting the crew. It turns out that the Ark has had a saboteur on the verge of pretty much giving them, the Cybermen, what they wanted the whole time. One of the members of the crew had been having intimate contact with the Cybermen behind everyone's back, and when the Doctor discovered this, he realised that they had been infected with a Cybermat. So, Revenge of the Cybermen. What did I think of this episode? It's a very good, very interesting, and very intriguing backstory into the Cybermen. When we watch things such as the first, second, and possibly when we listen to some of the third Doctor audios, it's quite clear that the early Doctors are still figuring out a lot about the Cybermen. However, it turns out that by the fourth Doctor, he knows quite a lot about them. I mean, the glitter gun and the gold problem, it's all very interesting. I also like that this was the first time that I didn't realise until I went back and watched this for the first time ever, that the Cybermat was introduced. Now, the Cybermat has been used numerous times since, hence in things such as the Matt Smith era, where they seem to be cropping up everywhere as a kind of device for the Cybermen to control and brainwash people. However, in Classic Who, the Cybermat has had two forms. One is in the form of the moon base, where they're like little creatures that sit and hide in the bags of sugar. And in Revenge of the Cybermen, they seem to be more these kind of grotesque giant slug-looking things. This is definitely a very base Under Siege story. However, I do feel like, is this anywhere close to a lot of Cybermen stories? Not really. Do I feel threatened by them in this story? Not really. I mean, their main aim in this story is to take over the Ark. I feel like the fact that we don't see them go down to the planet below and kind of make their presence known really, really hurts this story. Because yes, people are talking of the Cybermen, but the people down below on the planet don't really believe that the Cybermen have any intentions of being in their sector, especially with a planet full of gold. And personally, for that reason, that's why I've got to give Revenge of the Cybermen a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next Doctor Who review. Until then, goodbye, stay beautiful, and have an incredible night.